I'm a pretty big Dragon Ball fan, and very recently I watched the end of the Tournament of Power arc in Dragon Ball Super, and I really like it. My man Vegeta was cheated, of course, because Akira Toriyama hates me, I guess. But on the whole, it was really good. And there's this one part of the arc that I just can't stop thinking about. It's so good. It has to accomplish a lot, and it does that very well and in not a lot of time. So today I want to talk about Ultra Instinct Goku versus Jiren in episode 110 of Dragon Ball Super. So I'm probably not going to do this series justice in this little overview, but here we go. The scene we're going to talk about is from Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super serves as a sequel to Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is a sequel to Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is a Japanese anime that originally aired from 1986 to 1989. Z aired from 89 to 96, and Super aired from 2015 to 2018. It is currently on an indefinite hiatus. It's a very prolific franchise. Side note, my favorite thing about Dragon Ball is probably the fact that they've been making video games out of pretty much the same material for like 20 years, and a lot of these games are like AAA, big budget games with a lot of hype behind them. Like, we eat this shit up. Dragon Ball, as a franchise, follows the adventures of martial artist Goku. The main thing you need to know about Goku is that he's an all-around good guy who loves to fight. I also want you to know that there's this character named Vegeta, and he deserves so much better. Also integral to this video and Dragon Ball is transformations. Dragon Ball Z came around and was like horny for transformations. Most characters can turn into stronger versions of themselves at will, and most villains go through a number of form changes before they're finally defeated. These transformations are usually just there for the shock factor and or because the narrative got bored of itself, but they make the video games more fun, so there's that. Before we get into the thick of it, I want to give you some context. Dragon Ball Super reveals that there are 12 universes. The events of Dragon Ball, DBZ, and most of DBS have taken place squarely in Universe 7. The two Omni Kings, literally omnipotent rulers of all of the universes, hold the Tournament of Power. The Tournament of Power sees 8 of the 12 universes submit 10 fighters each to compete. When all of the fighters from a universe are thrown from the ring or are otherwise eliminated, that universe is eliminated and is erased from existence by the Omni Kings. The last universe standing, or the universe with the most fighters by the time the clock runs out, wins the tournament and is allowed to make a wish with the Super Dragon Balls, which are powerful enough to grant any wish. Yeah, the series really went off the rails. But anyway, Goku is pretty much the strongest fighter in the tournament, except for one fighter in particular, Jiren. Eventually, Goku and Jiren face off, and it becomes pretty clear that Goku is incredibly outmatched. Like, it's not even close. Cue Ultra Instinct. I think we're finally ready to talk about this fight scene. This scene does a couple things. Ultra Instinct is a brand new transformation, and it's pretty unlike any other transformation in the series canon. So this scene has to teach us about it. Goku's all glowy now. So what? This scene also gives us some incredibly telling insight as to Goku's mind state during the fight. And this insight ends up being more important than you might think. Ultra Instinct is a very different kind of transformation than anything we've seen before. Usually a new transformation just means, oh, you're stronger now, and here's a slight color palette change. This isn't the case with Ultra Instinct. Sure, Goku is stronger now, but there's more to it than that. And the show shows us this long before it has somebody explain it to us. Let's take a look. Jiren tries to punch him, but Goku's body moves out of the way. Jiren tries to attack again, and Goku again dodges effortlessly. It's subtle, but there's an important detail here that lets us know what this new form is and what it does for Goku. Notice how Goku glances down at his body after he dodges Jiren's second attack. He's surprised that he dodged it, because he didn't dodge it. Ultra Instinct did. That's Ultra Instinct's big gimmick. It allows Goku's body to move and dodge attacks without Goku explicitly willing his body to move. And it's really important that the show establishes this and shows us this, because we need to understand how Goku has improved so that we can follow this very high-octane fight. Goku has this brand new transformation. He's just come back from the brink of death, and his body is in a state it's never been in before. This can go wrong for him in a lot of ways, but he handles it really well. In short, maybe we can attribute a lot of this to the sheer strength, the overwhelming power and speed of the Ultra Instinct form. But I don't think that's giving Goku enough credit. Goku is a great fighter, and this scene exemplifies that really well. So, as a reminder, Jiren's been barely trying this whole time. Dragon Ball loves doing this thing where the villains and very often the heroes will start off the fight slow and often in one of their lesser forms, but Jiren has been barely fighting this whole time. He just stands there while Goku lands direct blows, and he doesn't even flinch. Goku powers up to his strongest form, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Kaioken. Yes, it's ridiculous, I love it. And Jiren's glare is enough to send Goku flying. Saying that Goku is outmatched literally doesn't capture the gravity of the situation. Then, Ultra Instinct kicks in. Watch this. Goku is still not yet a match for Jiren. Jiren remains confident in his ability and is able to rebuff Goku with relative ease, but Goku starts to gain on him. The pressure that Goku applies is enough to make Jiren start to lose ground. His feet begin to sink into the tournament stage. Jiren's losing the advantage state, and he has to kick it up a notch. This is one of our first signs of Goku's ability as a martial artist. The more time he spends in the Ultra Instinct state, the more comfortable he gets, and thus the more capable. This is later stated explicitly by the only black man in the show, Piccolo. 今この瞬間にも戦いながら進化している。弾かれるたびに速く鋭く大い一撃を自由に与えている。I want to take a second away from the specifics of the fight and focus on another detail we get in this scene. The heat.
何かが。
凄まじい熱気を放ってはいるが、火は恐ろしく静かじゃ。
と、ここまでは良いのですが、あの暑さどうなりますかね。
This might be the biggest reason I can't get this fight scene out of my head. That heat. I'm not sure about this. Now, I'm hesitant to say this because I haven't seen all 200 hours of Dragon Ball, and I'm not going to do that for this 10-minute video. But a character's aura, the pure power that they radiate, has never been described like this before. And I really like this concept of heat. In thermodynamics, like stepping away from anime for a second and talking about actual physics, heat is the spontaneous transfer of energy from something with a higher temperature to something with a lower temperature. Your oven radiates heat because it's hotter than your kitchen. An ice cube absorbs heat, takes heat in because it's cooler than the glass of soda that you've put it in. Goku is radiating heat throughout the entire world of Void because he has more energy than literally everything else around him. But there's another important dimension to this concept of heat. It's uncomfortable, it's unviable, it's unstable. This heat can't last forever. This is hinted by Whisa's line. That heat. I'm not sure about this. And I keep repeating that line because it's our first insight into the climax of this fight. Goku's Ultra Instinct can't last forever. Let's get back to the fight. Goku's pupils signal the expiration of his new form, and then he grimaces. Goku knows he's about to lose Ultra Instinct soon. He knows he's about to revert back to his base form where Jiren could kill him with his glare should he see fit. If Goku wants to win this fight, he has to do it right now. So what does Goku do? kicks it up to 11. He was already getting stronger with time, but as Ultra Instinct reaches its end, his power increases exponentially. He lands his first solid blow on Jiren, hits him with a massive Kamehameha wave, and then tries to end it with one final jet-powered punch. All of this is punctuated with Goku shrieking of anger or desperation or both. When this fight started, it was pretty clear that Ultra Instinct Goku was still no match for Jiren. But Goku's fighter intelligence and Ultra Instinct's time limit crescendo into this final moment where Goku's power just explodes. And it leads to this final attack that's so cathartic because of how well it was set up by the fight that preceded it. When I first saw the Jiren versus Goku fight that we talked about today, I knew I was gonna make a video about it because the shit was amazing. But yeah, another detail that I wanted to point out that I really didn't have a lot to say about, so I didn't want to make it like an actual point in the video, was the very end of the fight. After Goku tries to hit Jiren with that final punch, and Jiren's like, "Ha, bitch, you thought." That's actually the first time that fight that we see Jiren's aura. So Jiren had to power up in order to counteract or to defend against Goku's final punch there. Like, that's how much Goku improved in the span of that one fight. He went from barely making Jiren break a sweat to actually making Jiren put forth an effort. So, yeah, I want to say that. I guess that's all I have. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you later.